Hi, I'm Tim Probst from the 17th District, Clark County, and part of Vancouver. And you know, I've gotten to know so many of you over the years. It's been just a wonderful privilege, really, becoming not just a representative, but in many cases a good friend to many of the people back home. Now that I'm up in Olympia, away from home, it's even more important to stay really connected. And in fact, being connected to my constituents is really my secret weapon. We had a budget passing in the last week, and it had already gone through Ways and Means. It was heading to the floor of the House for a vote, and it was one of my local constituents who called and said, Tim, there's a big problem with this budget. We are cutting the supervision that we do for sex offenders, and there will be sex offenders in our community not getting the supervision from the Department of Corrections that they need, and that keeps our kids safe. So if that call hadn't happened, I wouldn't have known, and it turned out that I was the only one. The budget was moving fast, and I got that call and talked to the Ways and Means chair, and we got it fixed. But without that constituent taking the time to call me, it wouldn't have happened, and that was a big, important one to make sure we catch, to keep our kids safe. There's another example. You know, we're really working hard on middle-class jobs and trying to create not only jobs as we're coming out of this recession, let's hope we come out soon, but we're trying to also create really good jobs, secure family wage jobs. And a couple of my constituents and I sat down all summer long trying to figure out exactly how we can do that, particularly in a budget year like this when, you know, we are not going to be spending money on this, but we can reorganize the way that the government does its work to make things a little easier for businesses and also build long-term skills and education into our workplaces and workforce, so that we've really got some of the smartest and most talented people in the world for the long term. That's going to build the jobs here. And so I've got a trio of bills that are going through now. One's called the Middle Class Jobs Act of 2011, and there's an opportunity internships bill, as well as a bill around rewarding high schools for actually making a difference in their students' lives. So for the first time, we would be paying a little bit of money to high schools for performance, not just for having people there, but for what happens to the students because they're in high school and that their learning quality goes up. So that's exciting too. That was designed entirely with a group of constituents at home, and now we're trying to move it through the House and Senate here, and I think we've got a good shot at it. Levy equalization was another one that came up repeatedly at school meetings all across the county. Levy equalization is a very obscure word, but what it means is millions of dollars coming to Clark County schools, and there's not an extra tax dollar attached. It's because of how funds are distributed. Essentially, it's a way that makes sure that Clark County receives plenty of funding, even though there are other parts of the state that are also trying to get in the mix for school funds. To keep a long story short, by making sure levy equalization stays in the House budget and the Senate budget, we bring millions of dollars into Clark County from the state. Greatly appreciate your help. Please contact me. These are important issues, and frankly, I learn more from you, and I'm better able to represent you simply because people do call, people do come up and visit. Please use the contact information on the screen and give me a call anytime. Thank you.